decade, and I had the honor of attending my third dieta with Colleen, the Rose and Bobinsana Dieta. And I can say without a doubt that these have been the greatest gifts that I've given myself. And during this dieta, I truly saw, Colleen, how you give everything to every moment. That's presence. It's beautiful to witness and inspiring. And you show us what's possible. Thank you. Some of the healing I was offered from Colleen during the dieta was, it was the second day, I expressed that my lower back was hurting, and you massaged my lower back and were rattling. And there was significant, huge improvement that's lasted all this time. So, thank you for sharing your beautiful gifts. Another healing you offered was when you served me hape. You also were using the crystal bowls and singing them around my head, and I could feel that the bowls, the sounds, vibrations working with the hape, and I could physically feel it clearing things in my sinuses, my head. And it was like maybe the next day that I went for a walk, and I could just smell the forest like I'd never smelled that before. And it was all the, like hundreds of different scents just coming in, like flowers, the moss, the tree, like it was extraordinary. And I just took moments to just breathe that in. And I thanked Pachamama for her smells. And it was food. It's food. Yeah. Beautiful to clear that out and receive that. I also am so grateful for the fire ceremony, releasing ceremony that you held for us. I really needed it. I loved just dancing barefoot on the wet grass, connecting to the earth, connecting to my body, connecting with everyone and all in silence. I had recently, a few months back, I cut my hair, and it had been long, and I brought, 3 long braid strands. And I had felt that I needed, and wanted to burn that here. And that fire ceremony gave me that opportunity. I threw those braids in the fire, and I'm so grateful to have been able to release that and offer that to these lands here in the fire, where I have died and been reborn. I love these lands. So beautiful, so magical, so special, so healing for all of us. Thank you for being a steward of these lands for all of us who want to come. Again, so inspiring. I want to work towards being a steward for the lands. It's my birthright. Something that came up in the last ceremony, I'd like to share a few things. One of them was just how lost I had gotten in the consumerism of our society. Needing or feeling or just buying things that I don't need. sickness. I'm purging that for myself, for all of us. And it also came up, the sickness of thinking that we're doing this work just for ourselves. When the truth is, we're doing this for the whole universe and all our relations. I've been experiencing this as I've been coming here, but I didn't fully believe it, I think. But now I know I can trust it. I can trust myself that this is the work that we're doing. And then again, I had an experience before that where I had just gone walking and I could feel the gratitude from the forest just for being here to do this work. The trees, the stones, the stone beings, they were so grateful. They thanked me. And it's an honor, such an honor, to be remembering who I am. During the Bobinsana Dieta, I was seeing like a person with this long dark hair, beautiful long dark hair. And as time progressed, I saw that it was a man, like a beautiful man. And he was a native man, a warrior in like his prime. And I saw that was my spirit. My spirit is this masculine warrior. And this came on early on in the Dieta, and I needed him for the Dieta, just to stay present, straight. And during the last ceremony, I wasn't perfect all the time, but when I remembered, I was like, okay, how do I want to face this moment? Whimpering and hunched, or like straight and present and just breathing. And he's with me now, and I can take him with me in my life. As I can take, the protective thorns of Rose that she's given me. I have this with me to walk in my life, and I'm so grateful. And something else that came, during the dietas, I was feeling that I'm a storyteller. And I tell stories verbally. And one day, I just got, probably Bobinsana, just write something. I was like, okay. So I'm called to share what I wrote. And it's a simple story, a short story. It's a medicine story. One day, a little girl found an egg. She didn't know what kind of egg it was, but she knew it was special. So she kept the egg close to her heart, kept it warm, and whispered her prayers to it. Over the days, the egg began to glitter and grow, and then cracks started to form here and there. When the egg hatched, the girl was overjoyed, for a dragon had been born. As they grew together, they traveled the lands. First to the south, where they learned to burn fear with the fire of the sun. Then to the north, where they learned to listen to the secrets in the wind. In the east, they learned stillness and surrender. And in the west, how to finally soar high above the clouds with the birds. When they returned home, the girl had learned much, and now saw that the dragon was her own heart. So much gratitude for this dieta. And to finally feel safe enough and trust enough to start sharing myself with the world. Thank you, Colleen. And gratitude to all the beautiful warriors who did this work with me. I couldn't do it alone.
Hi, my name is Evan. I'm here at Enchanted Healing Center. We just finished our 7-day Bobinsana Rose Dieta. It's been an incredible experience for me. I came here mainly to connect with my creativity and to bring my expression into the world. My goal coming in was to write my own original song, something from my heart that was my own. And also I wanted to deal with whatever was stopping me from singing, stopping me from being creative and flowing. And it was a really interesting experience for me. Over the 7 days, a lot of things came up, a lot of hard emotions, a lot of boredom, a lot of really interesting dreams. Bobinsana and Rose, they weave your dreams so powerfully. And I had a lot of raw emotion come up during my dreams. It really helped me process that. Yeah, the biggest lesson I learned here is stillness. Learning to be still and just to be with life, be with myself, be with whatever it is, the boredom, the anger, the frustration, the sadness, whatever may come up, and not run away from it and not distract myself. Living with no distractions for 7 days, it's amazing what happens when you put away your phone for 7 days and you just live. No vices, no distractions from right now. And I really had to dig deep to expand my capacity to do that, to just be here without reaching for all these things to placate myself. Yeah, in that stillness I learned so much, all the animals, all the interacting with nature, interacting with the wildlife here. In that stillness there's so much to learn. I was sitting with the fish in the water and just unwavering stillness. Eventually they started to trust me, they started to surround me, and I was petting these fish. Fish are coming to the surface and looking at me and interacting with me because they could feel that stillness. And there's so many opportunities to learn from that, with the fish, the frogs, the spiders, the bugs, the rain. And through all of that, I learned a lot about myself. It's truly a beautiful experience. In that stillness, I found my first original song, my first song that was just mine. I wrote it, I wrote the chords, I wrote the lyrics, it came from my heart. I'm really proud of it. I love it. I love it. I also had the opportunity to face the blockages that were stopping me from singing and stopping me from expressing myself in front of others, and that really took some digging deep inside myself and pulling out these parts of myself that that I had all these negative feelings about, and all of these things that I associated with myself, and it was holding me back. And I don't know that I would have been present enough or had the capacity to do that had I not learned how to sit with myself during this time. I feel a shift, especially after our last ceremony. I feel it all kind of accumulate into this great change inside me. And it wasn't easy. It was not easy, but it was so worth it. So worth it. I thought I'd have a really hard time with the food, with limiting myself, and not reaching for these sweets and the junk food and the eating for pleasure. But what I found was that wasn't the hard part. That was not the hard part. The hard part was the boredom. The hard part was knowing what to do with myself before I found the stillness. There was something to work through there. And getting through these waves of frustration and boredom and what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? You know, once you work through those things, there's such a beautiful stillness to be found. I learned a lot about myself. I expanded my capacity to be with myself, to be present in life. I removed some deeply seated blockages in my sense of self that enabled me to channel my creativity as I wanted. That was my goal, and it all came together so beautifully. This is not easy work, and it's work. But there's a pot of gold to be found. Yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, grandmother. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Bobinsana. Thank you, Colleen, Enchanted Healing Center. Thank you for these medicines. Thank you for this practice, the Dieta. And thank you, me. Thank you, me, for doing that and for working through it, you know, for working through those hard times and really sticking it out. Celebrating myself, celebrating this journey, celebrating all the beauty in life, in the moment, right now. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful for this experience, and I want to share a little bit about what I learned through the process. So I was asking the medicine to help me purge my conditioning, and I showed up with a lot of sadness and anger. So I wanted to work on transforming that and coming back into my heart and not reacting and feeling a deeper sense of trust and safety. The medicine really helped me soften my body, helped me release a lot of aches and pains I was carrying. And then working with the Bobinsana Rose, I was helping me learn a lot about boundaries, especially the rose medicine and the symbolism of the thorns on the rose. So the first day after our ceremony, I had a lot of tools with me for artwork, so I did a quick drawing of of myself in the mirror. I have been kind of becoming more aware of how I've been conditioned in this culture to have a trauma response called fawning, which kind of allows people to take advantage of me and my vulnerability. So I feel, I've been processing a lot of anger about how I've been taken advantage of, and it was really just like a gift to do a self-portrait in the mirror and express my anger while also holding a rose, which is a symbol of beauty, strength, and boundaries. And I learned a lot of lessons in boundaries this week, and deep lessons I'm going to carry forward that won't allow people to take advantage of me in the same way they have been. Secondly, I started another piece. I'll share this painting. So I really wanted to get the rose medicine down on the canvas. I had the roses, I had the buffalo skull, because I felt a lot of support from the buffalo spirit and the buffalo drum as Colleen was doing healing on me. And the painting really evolved throughout the week. So the first day I was standing behind the buffalo. I drew in in the background was actually destruction. It was the destruction of life that I witnessed in our culture through wars and Gaza and vaccines and medications and drones and cell phones and technology. And it was a nice contrast for me to be looking at it and aware of it. And as my state evolved throughout the week, my arms were in the air with the finger, possibly. I didn't know if that felt right, but I love how painting can evolve, and we can change. It can evolve with our state and with our transformation and with our healing. So as the days passed, my arms came down, became more open to receive the medicine of the Bobinsana and the rose, the white light washing over me. And then down they came more into stop position, where it's boundary and eternal oneness. And then after I did a deep healing session with Colleen, I had a vision the last day to create a levitation pose where I felt in my power, I felt in my center, and I felt supported by life. And supported by the medicine and supported by community. And then the Bobinsana came in, the Bobinsana flowers, which I really love. And the painting. And then the last was the Hunapu symbol as well, which represents the great mystery of it all. And the alchemy and the oneness and the duality all mixing together. So it's been a breakthrough piece because I didn't use any references the entire time. We didn't have any access to technology, so I really had to sit down with myself and persevere and just keep going. And what helped me keep going was the medicine songs that Colleen was teaching me. She taught me a few songs on the drum. And I feel so good, my spirit singing them and empowering women. And I'm so looking forward to bringing this medicine back home for my family and friends. And I'll just put this painting aside, but I'm very eager to continue working on it, and I want it to continue. It's going to continue to evolve. So I will be sharing the process, and maybe we can post a link where you can follow me if you're interested to follow my art journey. So that was some of the main work that I did this week. I really was trying to alchemize, also using the word hate. I'm trying to remove it from my dictionary. It's kind of been a natural state to go into when I was upset and feeling hurt, and boundaries crossed for so long, and it took me a lot of time to understand what boundaries even are and how to speak up to them and how to protect myself and how to use my voice, because the nervous system response of fawning actually shuts your voice off. And it all makes so much sense to me now, looking back at the different kind of situations I've gotten myself into. So I learned some tapping techniques as well to create new mantras and create new neural pathways in my brain to distract myself from these monkey mind thoughts that are trying to take me or others down, because I want to be here as support to life, and to support it and have compassion for others to do the work, and to have and pray for the conditioning and sickness that many of us carry. And it's not our fault, but it's time to look at it. And the last thing I'll say is, the grief. The water, swimming in the quarry, the lake, the Bobinsana medicine, the water medicine, getting me in touch with water, feeling some mermaid energy, swimming through the lake with no fear, letting the water hold me, cleanse me, purify me, just staying so pure without any products on our skin or any other kinds of food going into our bodies. Like, it's been an immense healing just for my physical body alone, the vessel, to be cleaned up. I've been through various surgeries. I've been through 5 surgeries the past 2 years, so to clean up a lot of the stuff. There's more of this piece too, I'll share on a separate page. But yeah, to respect water, to honor water, to drink more water, to let water live through us, to live through water, because we both need each other. And last thing, the ceremony last night, I went the deepest I ever went before with my grief. And I was grieving I asked the medicine to help me purge all the toxins from my body, and the programming in my mind that's still left, and any trauma. So yeah, it was really, really deep grief that came through, and it was coming really so pure, to grieve for the suffering I've been through, to grieve for suffering I see my family going through, to grieve for the suffering of the loved ones, other loved ones and friends, and to see the lack of compassion and care in our society, the amount of violence and ignorance, and the grief became so strong that I had to let it come. And I could have stopped it, but I didn't want to, because I'm ready to let it all. I was ready to look at it and let it go. So I got into almost like holotropic breathwork state of grieving and really allowing the medicine to work through me to let me release all of this really deep grief and sadness that I'm holding in my body. And I'm so grateful for Colleen's support through that, and for Colleen's support through so many years now working with her. This was my 15th time sitting with her. I love her so much. So yeah, to release that, and I made so much more space inside me to open my voice and to sing, and to sing with prayer song and medicine songs every day while I'm painting, and just learning how to help keep that energy moving, keep the energy flowing, the kundalini, the life force that I'm not going to let anybody put down anymore. So thank you so much, and I appreciate everybody at this retreat. This was a divine intervention for me in this time in my life, and I have great gratitude, and I'm definitely going to be paying it forward. Thank you, Colleen, and everybody. I hope.
Hi, my name is Valerie, and this is my second time here on the lands and with Colleen. The first time I came was to heal with my family. My brother invited me. There's deep trauma in the family, and it was so beautiful. I'm adopted, so it was the first time to meet my birth siblings in real life, the three of us to be together here in such a special place and with Colleen's love. So it really helped heal our family. I'm very close with my siblings now, and I'm so grateful for that. That first experience really gave me a felt sense of beauty, sacredness. It's like an initiation into what's true, and it's really hard for me to articulate in words, but grandmother gives you exactly what you need, and if you're just a little bit willing and open. This is way out of my wheelhouse originally. This was not I was so terrified to come, but I trusted my brother, and I knew how much he respected Colleen. So I took a leap of faith, and wow, I'm so grateful that in this lifetime I have the privilege to be here. And over time, I was starting to lose the feeling that I sensed, the felt sense that I had the first time. And so I wanted to come back, and this time for me, not just for my siblings. It's like I'm 53, I'm entering menopause, and there was something just kind of felt like it was dying inside. I didn't know what was wrong. I wanted this sense of vitality again. I know I have a legacy to live and to leave, and I just didn't have the confidence or the hope that that was going to happen. And I wanted that longing back. And so I came back here, and I actually was really looking forward to it. I wasn't afraid. And I wasn't sure what to expect, but I trusted that grandmother would teach me what I need to know and would answer my prayers. And so what I discovered is how to really look and really listen when I'm not distracting myself with food or television or my responsibilities as a mom, busyness, feeling like I have to read all the books or do all the things. And I just learned that it doesn't have to be so hard. If you open yourself up, gentleness, love, sacredness, everything's there. It's the homeostasis, it's the way things should be. And as I really sank into that, really got into my body, really felt the spaciousness of this week. I just became alive. And I just couldn't stop creating. I wrote poetry, I filled up a couple journals, I taught myself to embroider, and I made this heart for my brother, and I said a prayer with each stitch for our family. And I stuffed it with special things from these lands. Yeah, I really enjoyed just taking time, and I just really enjoyed the whole process. And I was sitting by the quarry, and I was hoping that a flower there would open, and it must have heard my wish because it opened. And then I just took some time to appreciate it. And then many other flowers opened. They must have been jealous. They opened the next day. And yeah, I just feel so much gratitude. And Colleen, there's no one in the world like you. It was such a special gift. Just to teach us how precious the moment is. Don't let this life slip by. And my biggest takeaway is to step into my sovereignty, into my strength, and give from that place. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Susan, and I'm finishing up a week of being with the grandmother plants, Dieta through Bobinsana and Rose. And it's been an amazing journey of healing, of touching places inside of me that I didn't even know existed, through the beautiful work that Colleen does here, which I'm so grateful for, and through being in nature, fire dance, fire ceremony, singing, walking, being in silence and stillness, and giving myself the opportunity to unplug from the world was such a gift. And I'm so appreciative for that. And deepening my path, deepening the purpose I'm born into this world, and it's going to deepen the work that I do in the world. After 7 days, imagine that. So I'd like to say thank you so much, and I encourage anybody that is so called to do this work to follow up, listen to your heart and soul, and come.